Hi guys, it's me, Samantha here today, and we are going to be trying out the new colored Raine Botanical collection. I got both these smaller eyeshadow palettes. I picked up a lipstick and the gloss, and I will be demoing how I created this look and telling you guys what I think. If you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Sam. I'm a makeup enthusiast and makeup is my therapy. It's something that I do when I need time for myself and I enjoy it. So if you feel the same way, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can come back and see more content with me. And let's talk about the products. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the palettes. They retail for $16 and they look stunning. I love the flowers on the packaging, and then it has all the ingredient details on the back. Another thing I wanted to note is that I struggle so much with outer packaging in my beauty products because I love eyeshadow palettes, and sometimes the outer packaging is just so beautiful that you want to keep the whole thing, but then it just does not make it easy to use. And I do want to say that this is the first time I've seen this with a palette, and I really like it, where there is, you know, tape on the corner here, but and there was tape here to seal this edge, but it does have room for you to kind of put your finger on both sides and slide the palette out of the packaging, and it also makes it easy to keep that, right? So I think it's absolutely an ingenious idea that they did this. So the palettes have 6 shades in each one, and this one is the Rose Garden. The majority of the shades that I use in this look are from this palette. Now when I bought them online, I'm going to show you the botanical one. I thought they were quite similar, and so I wasn't sure that I needed to have both. But seeing them in person, they are quite different. And you will see here, there are shades that I think are quite similar, like the 2 greens, but the tones are very different. This is more of a true green. It has a lot more texture and sparkle. It has gold sparkles in it, where this one is more of a teal and it's a metallic finish. The Bronze Rose and the Primavera are quite similar. They're both gold with a rose duochrome shift, but this one is more of a lighter champagne, and this is definitely more of a bronze tone. And then also I noticed online, I thought like these purples and this brown were kind of similar in the photos, but these are clearly, you can tell, are purple, and this is definitely a chocolate brown. These 2 shades here are similar. This one is Rosewood and this one is Leodaz. I can't pronounce that. I'm not going to pretend I do. They're kind of similar, but this one will apply more like a medium tone shade, like a crease tone shade, and this one is deeper. So they are slightly different. If you wanted to use both of them in the same look, you could probably use this shade to intensify this one. But yeah, like they definitely made these palettes so that you can use them individually, but they're definitely like really nice to use together. I do wish that the packaging was slightly smaller like the Nabla Cutie palettes, because there's a lot of empty space here, but they are quite cute. I'm going to quickly just swatch the shades that I mentioned, just so that you can see the difference. So you have Emerald Rose here, and this one is Hydrangea. They're definitely different types of greens. They're not the same. And then the 2 red shades, I will swatch those as well. So this one is Ludessa and this one is Rosewood. So this one is more orange and this is more rose tone. So you can see they are quite different. The only other shades that I'm going to compare are the golds. So we have here Gold Rose, which is just a straight gold. It has a lot of dimension in it. It's flaky. It has a lot of glitter to it. This one is Bronze Rose, and then this one is Primavera. So you do see these 2 are shifting. They're golds that shift colors, but this one shifts like a bronzy rose, like red tone, and this one shifts more coral peach. So they're not the same. They definitely complement each other, but they're not the same. So if you were curious, that's what they look like. Let's talk about the lipsticks. I did not pick up all the lipsticks or all the lip glosses. I did pick up one gloss in clear, and this was $10. And then the lipstick for $10. This is the satin lipstick in the shade Lotus. And this is what she looks like. And I'm wearing her right now on my lips with the gloss on top. So I will show you at the end of the video how that applied and what I think of that. So let's get into the demo. So for the look, I think we're going to do kind of a combination of the two because I feel like they do very much complement each other, and it'll be fun to create a look with both of them. So the first shade I do want to go into is out of the Rose Garden palette, and that is this shade right here, which is called Chestnut Rose, and I'm going to go into the crease with that. And my eyes are primed with the Urban Decay Primer Potion in the shade Eden. My eyes are a little dry because of the winter. Hopefully this applies well. I haven't had any problems with mattes, but my lids have had some issues with shimmer, so hopefully it's not a problem today, but I do want to kind of let you guys know that. So far they go on really nice and creamy. They're very pigmented right off the bat. I don't have to really go in with much product. I do a little tap and that's pretty much it. I'm going to relax my eye. And I like the way that looks. It looks very soft. Alright, so now we're going to take a smaller brush, go in with Rosewood, and it's out of the same palette right here. We are going to use like a majority of the shades in this particular palette just because I think they're a little bit more geared towards the deeper tones, which I like. And they're very pigmented. I'm not getting any fallout, and I tend not to tap my brush, because I like to see what I'm, what it can do. Let me zoom in a little bit more. There we go. It blends really easily. I'm gonna kind of close my eyes to make sure it gets in the crease on my lid. And just slightly drag that across. Yeah, and that blended really easily. As you can see, I didn't spend a lot of time on it. And considering that my lids right now are extremely dry and I've been having lots of issues with my eyeshadow. Alright, so the next shade I'm going to go into is Chocolate Rose, which is this deep brown, and I'm just going to continue to deepen that outer corner. But I'm going to keep this one more concentrated to the lid. I think that layered just fine. And I'm going to pack on the main part of my lid, of course. I'm going to go back into Chestnut Rose, which is that first lighter shade, and just kind of soften it. And I'm going to bring that brown in a little bit more, because when my eyes are open, you can kind of see. I can use some right there with that little scars. Okay, that looks good. Now we're gonna go into Emerald Rose, which is this one right here, and I'm gonna put that on the center of the lid and the inner third. This applied nicely, especially with considering my eyes have been super dry. Like, I've been having problems with all of my eyeshadows kind of not wanting to grip onto my lid because they've been so dry, even my Natasha Denona. So this went on really nice with just my finger, so I'm happy with that. And then I'm going to take the brown and just kind of go over the edges so it's nice and blended. Okay, I do want to stay in this palette, the Rose Vintage, and go into this one here called Bronze Rose because it's like a dual chrome, and I kind of want to put that on the in between of this brown and the green. I think that would be kind of fun. And then just, you know, towards the center of the lid, but not quite. I feel like that looks really pretty. I think I'm going to go over the center just a tad. There we go. And then going into Botanical, I'm going to take Hydrangea and kind of put that on the inner portion of the lid and bring that up towards the center. So that one has like a little bit more of a gold sparkle too. So it's gonna kind of, I think, blend better with this other, the bronze one that I put on there. Kind of ties it in a little bit. And then we're gonna take a, I don't know what I call this, like a bullet brush. And I'm gonna go into Primavera in the Botanical Garden, which is this one. It's very similar to the bronze one, but it's more peach. And put that in the inner corner and then kind of drag it up. I know it's a lot of colors, but I think it looks really dynamic. And I'm gonna take Hydrangea and drag that on the lower lash line. I don't always like to put something dark on the lower lash line because it just makes my eyes look very small. They are small. I don't need them to disappear. So this, I think, will do the trick. And I'm just gonna take Rosewood, this shade, and just put that on the outer part just so it ties it together, but I'm not gonna drag it all the way. All right, we're gonna try to make this side match. All right, we're gonna try the lipstick and the gloss. I'm gonna put the lipstick on first and then we can put the gloss maybe on top. This is in the shade Lotus. This is what she looks like. Kind of, the packaging reminds me of the Barbie packaging from the ColourPop collab. I love the shade and it goes on nice and thin. Didn't have any problem with the application, and I don't wear lip liner most of the time because you can kind of tell my lips are naturally lined usually. So yeah, it looks beautiful. It feels super thin, like almost like a lip oil, but it's a lipstick. Very comfortable. Like, I really love that lipstick formula. It's probably one of the most comfortable lipsticks I've ever tried, honest to God. Let's try the gloss. I did get it in clear, so I don't want to make it all gross. So I'm just gonna wipe it on my finger and then kind of tap it on. The lipstick is a satin lipstick, so it doesn't really need an extra shine, but why not? It feels like a lip oil. They both feel very thin, very slippery, really hydrating and comfortable. But I don't see any like feathering outside my lip lines, which sometimes happens. Like, I really like the Dose of Color lip gloss, and oops. But I would describe that more with a lip oil texture. It's very slippery like this, but that one does tend to feather if I put it over a lipstick. Where this one, I don't see that happening, which is quite nice. So I really, really love the lip products. Alright, so this is the final look, and I have to say I'm really, really impressed. I'm excited that I tried something finally from Colored Raine. You know, I've been wanting to try them for a really long time when they came out. I think it's called the Queen of Hearts palettes. Everybody raved about that and it looks so good. And then when they came out with the Juicy palettes, the reviews were not so hot, and so I was kind of skeptical, but these palettes came at a really good price range, being $16, and there's 6 shades. The packaging is super adorable. I do kind of feel like they were geared towards this one being maybe the lighter for maybe people who want something of a lighter tone, and the Rose Vintage one being for of a darker complexion, or if you want something with more depth. But they definitely complement each other without being dupes of each other. So I really like that for $16. I think that's a really good price point. The packaging is slightly bulky considering the size of the pans. I wish they were slightly smaller, kind of like the Nabla Cutie palettes, just a little bit less cardboard space. But besides that, I really like it, and they have a mirror in there, which is really convenient. As far as the lip products go, these are amazing. I have several of like the Natasha Denona lipsticks, and lately I've been really questioning whether or not I really love that formula. It's creamy and like pretty, but like it's almost too thick, and I don't always love the undertones on those, and maybe they're the shades that I have that are just not good for me. But I feel like I just really tend to lean towards the lip oils, lips, you know, things that are a bit thinner. Like I love those YSL ones. But this really surprised me that it's a lipstick. It has the opacity of a lipstick. I didn't have to put a ton of layers, but it looked beautiful and it felt comfortable and it felt hydrating, which was really, really surprising to me. The lip gloss is also a really good win. I think it's great. It's not thin. It's not heavy on the lips. It gave my lips a really good shine, and it didn't make my lipstick bleed at all, which is an extra bonus. I'm really happy that I made this purchase. I think if you were looking to get anything from this collection, I would feel safe to tell you that this is like a really good collection. The mattes blended in gorgeously, and the shimmers applied really nicely, and I have to say I was really surprised about that because my lids have been so extremely dry. I was actually quite nervous filming this video because I was like, what if it's patchy because my eyelids are bad? And then that's, you know, the first impression of this palette, that it's going to be crummy and it might not be the quality of the palette. It's the quality of my skin right now. But considering that my lids have been so rough, they applied beautifully, and I love the look, and the lipstick with this eye look is stunning. So I would be probably interested in trying maybe their other lip shades and the liners. Those are the things that I skipped out on because, you know, I'm not really sure what to think of the brand because I hadn't tried them before. But besides from a one highlighter that I have in like a boxy that I got or something years ago. So yeah, overall I really like the collection. Thank you so much for hanging out and taking the time to watch this video with me. And until next time, love you guys. Bye.